I'm Intruder Green. You might know me from things like Back to the Future Festival, Chateau d'If, and OK Cupid. Welcome to the Intruder Green podcast. It's a special bonus episode today. It's actually the second part of the crossover with the podcast called I'll Take a Shot at That with my good buddy and podcasting guru Matthew Hendershot. And I have a special announcement to make. We're actually going to make a series out of this. Kind of like maybe a mini-series or something. You know, like whatever. I don't know. Some cool mini-series that's on Netflix or HBO or some shit. I'm not even sure what makes a series mini. It's like, now that what do you guys like? Fucking, was The Sopranos a mini-series? That was like a full series. What's a mini-series? I don't know. Is it last like 3 seasons? Or like, hey, 3 seasons hotel? All right, that's the point. Yeah, we're on tour right now. We're in Münster. I heard they got a lot of cheese here, and that's delicious. I want to eat a lot of it. They got cheese all over Germany, it turns out, though. It's all really good, too. The show's been going great. Appreciate everybody coming out. If you one of them and we got a chance to meet, then that's real cool. If we're hitting one of your cities later, please come out to that. I'm not going to name them all off here because that's just like way too much. Takes up way too much time. It's like if you don't live in that city, then you don't care about me saying so. But I encourage you to go on our social media and like check out our tour dates. You can go on massintruder.com and check out the tour dates there, or intrudergreen.com. And no, you can't see the tour dates on intrudergreen.com because I don't know computers too good about it. But maybe I'll post them on the Instagrams and Twitters. You can hit me up if you got any questions. And if you want to help out with the show, there's always the good old Patreon, just patreon.com/intrudergreen. And of course, we have our call-in, which is still functional, even though I'm out here in Europe. It's, +1, it's American, but then 608-535-9608. And hit me up. We could have a good time. Maybe we'll actually even talk. And then we could put it on a podcast and it'll be real special. So anyway, I guess I didn't really cover what the mini-series that we're going to be doing is. Since Matthew is on tour with us, Mass Intruder, he's doing photography and some photo shoots and stuff like that for us. We figured it would be real fun if we just combined forces and started making I'll Take a Shot at That. Basically having me like a co-host on I'll Take a Shot at That. But it'll also be the Intruder Green show. I'll be sure to mix in some of the things I like to do and lining up guests, that we like, friends of ours from around Europe and stuff. I think Joe McMahon is going to come out tonight, so maybe we'll talk to him. Guy from Smoke of Fire, if you don't know who that is, but he's real cool. And, we got some other friends too. And I got another episode that I recorded before we left for tour. That's going to come out real soon too. But, we're on the road. It's hard to edit this stuff. But we're getting it done. And, Matthew's helping me, like I called him my podcast guru because he's helping me make this stuff sound a lot better. I realize this doesn't sound too good because I'm doing it in a bathroom because, when you're on tour, it's like real hard to find a quiet space. Maybe in the van later, but not right now. And I just want to get it done. So hope it's not too echoey and you can understand what I'm saying. I promise that the actual, body of this podcast sounds a lot better. And so it was just me and Matthew doing the I'll Take a Shot at That. We're drinking some real good booze. And I don't want to explain it too much because you got to listen to it. So without further ado, on with the show.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from
Intruder Green,
an inmate at the Durham Correctional Institution. This call is subject to recording and monitoring. To accept charges, press 1.
Come on, girl, now it's time to go to a place where nobody goes. Another time on the other side of space. It won't be
I said that's how I got this accent is from prison.
So you didn't get this accent. This is not your natural accent, is what you're telling me, Green.
Well, yeah, I don't really remember my natural accent, but this one's pretty natural. You know, it just comes with, you know, you spend some time somewhere when you get the accent. That's how accidents happen, isn't it? I mean, how else does it happen?
You're absolutely right. Hey, what's up, everyone, and welcome to I'll Take a Shot at That, the podcast for thinkers, wanderers, and drinking ponderers. I am your host, Matthew Hendershot. Unfortunately, tonight, neither Jake nor Justin could be around to join me, but I am very, very honored instead to be joined by a new friend of mine.
Did you say fortunately or unfortunately?
I unfortunate that my co-hosts can't be here.
All right, I thought you maybe said fortunately. You were like trying to be like, I'm so glad they're not here.
No, I love those guys, man.
Oh, well,
I would never do that.
At least there's more space in this room.
Indeed. Before we get started, we are going to do a great conversation tonight. I have Intruder Green with me from the American punk rock and roll band Masked Intruder. We're going to get into all sorts of fun stuff. But first, let me tell you that I'll Take a Shot at That can be found on all major publication platforms, including iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Libsyn, all the other good distribution platforms for podcasts. So if you're out there looking, please look us up. Just at Shot at That, you should be able to find us. We're also on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.com, all at or / Take a Shot at That. Or sorry, my bad, just Shot at That. Oh man,
I've seen you guys on there. I'm always retweeting it.
Yeah, I noticed that. We appreciate that.
Instagram
a great deal. And last but not least, you can always support the show personally by visiting patreon.com/shot at that to become a patron today. Let's move on. Oh shit, Green. I've made a terrible mistake. We jumped all into this because I was super excited that you're here.
That's right.
And I forgot to get us shots.
Shit. Yeah, what are we going to drink?
We're going to go. I've got something very special for us. So I'm going to go grab it. You entertain the people while I'm gone.
All right. Well, I'm Intruder Green, and I'm here to say I like doing podcasts on every day except for today because I'm real, I don't know. I'm happy to be here and everything like that. But, you know, we're gearing up to do this tour and everything where we're going to go with we're going to go tour Europe, and I think we're going to bring Matthew with us. And I got to say, Matthew's like my podcast guru. He's been teaching me all these things. I don't know if you guys ever listened to the Intruder Green podcast, but it exists. It's out there in the world, and you should check it out. I don't know. I feel like there's a specific time to give plugs during the show. And maybe this is not the time, but since I got the chance, I'm going to do that.
You're doing great. You did great.
Yeah.
Well, you filled all that time while I ran and got our shot of the night. So what we will be drinking tonight.
Oh, snap. That looks like some kind of like crazy flask. Like you could throw that at a demon and it would make it die or make it more powerful or something.
You're not too far off. So what this actually is it's Bien and Vine.
Oh.
Bien and Vine is a company that is apparently involved in producing unique brews and distills and these sorts of things. I found this with Jake actually at a medieval fair in Trebsen, south of town, but I've seen it at a couple of other medieval locations. So this is the Bien and Vine Honig Chili.
Oh.
Bien and Vine Riese. So
haunted chili. All right.
Honig, I think, is actually honey.
It's like ghost peppers.
I hope it's not like ghost peppers, but I think it's going to be sweet and hot and meaty, and I don't know. We're going to slam it down.
Meaty? So, like there's meat in it?
Not meaty, meaty. Like there's honey beer in it.
Yeah, that's real good.
So we got these nice 2 shot glasses there, Green. Why don't you pass me one?
Oh, yeah.
And one for yourself, and I'll fill them up for us.
I'm passing them both to you. Oh, I see. I hand them off. Oh. I'm getting caught under the table here.
Ooh, this stuff is thick.
Oh, good. Oh, I can hear that pouring. It sounds delicious.
Oh, it's super. From a tactile standpoint, pulling out of this amazing flask is something.
It's red in color, but it's like a dark red.
Ooh, and it smells hot.
Oh yeah.
I this might be like really sexy. This might be really interesting for us.
Oh right.
Cheers, Green. Thanks for joining me on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Cheers, buddy.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Oh, that's spicy. Holy shit.
Oh man,
That's a lot spicier than what you expect in Germany, you know?
Yeah, I would agree with you, man. From what I have understood of being around here, it's not a wow.
That's pretty good though. I like that.
That is really good. We're gonna do several shots of it tonight on the show, but let's just dive right in. So my guest tonight is the one and only Intruder Green from the Masked Intruder. Why don't you?
I'm Intruder Green.
Yeah, that's yeah. We got that.
Okay.
Why don't you explain a little bit about the history of Masked Intruder? How did you guys all come together from your spotted backgrounds to be a world-renowned punk rock and roll band?
World-renowned, yeah. Well, we're definitely like known around the world. Probably more for like the crimes and stuff than the actual music. I wish we would know more for the music, but you know, like it's punk rock, and it's like nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit about punk rock no more.
You really find that to be true, Green?
Oh yeah, you know, like we started playing punk rock back in the '90s, and it was like, holy shit, look at these fat records. They're going gangbusters. Let's get in on that racket. And then like by the time anybody took any notice to us, it was like way too late. And everybody's got their Napster and their fucking Spotify and all that stuff. And they're like, I don't want to pay for music. And I'm like, well, neither do I, but I'm the one making it. So you should pay for it. And I'll just keep, getting other stuff for free.
I was wondering, does it cause a moral quandary for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for bringing that up because I'm like, yeah, it's really cool to steal stuff, allegedly. But, don't steal my stuff. That's fucking lame.
That is kind of the duality of the whole situation, right?
Yeah. And it's like, it's things like Spotify or whatever, like Google, what is it? Google Play?
Yeah.
Or like Apple's got their own thing and stuff. Like they legitimize it, and that's real cool. Except that it's not so cool for the people who are like, wait a minute. You're selling my tunes for like way less than they would have been sold for, I don't know, 20 years ago. It's been a while now that this stuff's been around. So I don't know how long to go back, but it's hot out there.
I mean, I guess like to push back against that, I mean, like a CD would have maybe 10 or 11 songs on it, and you would get them for like $15.
Sure.
So it's like just around $1, maybe a little bit more than $1. And it's kind of the same thing on iTunes, right? You get
like
you pay
song.
$1.
Yeah, but they're not passing that on really.
Well, but I mean, if you're buying a CD, like the band's not really getting that money either, right? The label takes their cut first.
Oh yeah, it depends on where you get the CD from, but with labels, there's generally some sort of even split.
Is that your phone ringing, Green?
Somebody's phone.
It's a really cute. I was wondering because that's a really cute ringtone, and it doesn't really seem like your type.
But... Oh yeah, like I'm a big Back to the Future fan, so like if anybody heard that, it's real good.
Okay,
you should go see that movie someday.
Yeah, maybe sometime in the future.
Yeah,
or in the past.
Oh shit, I like what you did there.
Yeah, you see,
that's real good stuff.
See,
yeah, what were we talking about though? Like
we're talking about how the band got started.
The music industry.
How did you guys evolve?
The band, yeah.
How did you guys evolve from the prison yard to actually playing music together?
Oh well, we were like, hey, you got a mask on. We all met in prison. It was easy to find each other because we were like, hey, you got this mask thing going on? What's that all about, bud?
You guys were clearly into the same.
Yeah, like
criminal zone.
Obviously, we bonded on the crime stuff, and then it turned out that like some of us could sing, except for Red. He wasn't too good at singing. He just drums, he plays those circles, and I don't even understand that. I don't think it's really an instrument, but like whatever. We let him like tag along and like do some stuff. He can do some extra stuff like. Help us with booking shows and stuff.
Well, he's a bigger guy, too, so he can carry things.
Yeah, he's got long arms.
Right.
So he's good at that.
Carries drums into gigs.
Yeah.
Carries TVs out of houses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's all very important. And, we get along pretty good. When we met in prison and we started singing some songs together, And we thought like maybe if we keep this up, they'll let us like out early on like some good behavior stuff or whatever.
So you guys actually formed the band while you were in prison?
I mean, basically,
like a work release program?
Yeah, well, we were hoping for some kind of release, you know. I mean, I feel like music is a release anyway, even if you don't get to get paid for it.
Right.
Like if it was a work release program, but you could still be like, oh, I'm releasing my soul or whatever. And you start singing like old songs that they do in prison. I don't know what those songs are, but I'm pretty sure they exist. And
probably has
like
a harmonica.
Elvis.
Probably has a harmonica in it.
Yeah, like Elvis, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He was real good in prison. And Jailhouse Rock or some shit.
Right.
Super soulful stuff.
Yeah. So how long were you actually in prison, Green?
It's hard to say. My memory ain't too good because of all the booze. But a little bit here, a little bit there.
Oh, so it's like stretched out over time.
Oh yeah, I've been to tons of prisons. They're all over the place,
Yeah.
Especially in America. Like they got some prisons in Germany too, but they're real. They got a lot of prisons in America. There's like a whole industry behind it.
Have you ever been into any famous prisons in America, like Rikers or?
Oh yeah, Rikers is cool.
Is it?
I mean, yeah, why not?
Wow.
It's got the name recognition. Everybody knows Rikers. What's that prison from Orange is the New Black or whatever?
I honestly I don't know.
We like to say orange is the new purple because, so the deal is orange was the original name of yellow, but he had to change it because it was too confusing. So we call him Orange for short now, but his real name is Yellow. But he couldn't go on the last tour.
Wait,
so,
Yellow is short for... Wait, Orange is short for Yellow?
Yeah, that's his nickname.
Orange, Yellow. Okay.
Yeah, Orange. So then we get Purple. So we like to say orange is the new purple. Purple is the new orange.
Purple is the new orange.
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes sense. It's just like the prison show.
So the current lineup of the band is...
Yeah, me.
Yeah, on guitar.
That's right. And more than playing guitar, I like to dance and sing a little too.
Oh, on the dancing and the singing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's real good.
And Blue is the main singer.
That's right.
And
he does all the lead vocals and the lead guitar playing. I do a little bit of lead stuff too every now and then when they let me, but I'm not that good at guitar, so like they probably don't let me too often.
Okay.
Which is fine.
And now Purple holding down the bass.
Yeah, Purple's doing real good,
There's been a new addition to the group.
Yeah, it was funny because Yellow went to prison, and like right about the time he was going in, Purple was coming out, and we were like, oh, well, that works perfectly. And we're like, can you play bass? And she's like, no, but, whatever. And we're like, yeah, good point. So now she's playing bass, and it works out great.
Yeah. And then, which leaves us with Red on drums.
That's right.
Yeah.
Red is on the drums, and he's always solid. Loudest drummer I've ever drummed with, and I appreciate that because the drums should be played loud, especially in punk rock. I mean, if you're doing some jazz stuff, then I probably will not be in a band with you, but I understand that you want to drum a little quieter. Yeah.
And you guys have collectively now released, just recently had a lot of like pomp and circumstance about the release of the third album from the band. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah, that's right. It just came out. Thank you for bringing that up because apparently we always forget to promote it. Yeah, we do a real good job at not promoting the fucking album. But yeah, the album is called Masked Intruder 3 and it's out on Pure Noise Records. It's our second thing we put out on Pure Noise. We did an EP earlier and the EP was real good. I think that was Love and Other Crimes. Yeah. And now we got the new album out, and it's only been out since fucking March or some shit. So it's still pretty new. People should go listen to it and go buy it. We'll be on tour, like I said. We're gonna be all over the place pretty soon.
So this is the impetus. The album coming out earlier this year is the impotence for the European tour.
Exactly.
You guys just wrapped up really amazing, what looked like an amazing tour as a support act for the Interrupters, right?
Yeah, that was an amazing tour. I love the Interrupters. They you know, like it's weird because like you know, they're a relatively new band too, but they've been like riding this rocket to the top.
They got that. They got the special.
They got that juice. Yeah,
they got that little juice.
They got that Tim Armstrong juice.
Right. That's some powerful juice.
That's some powerful juice. But they're also just amazing musicians and like really great people. And like I gotta say, it couldn't what the success that they're having, I couldn't see, you know, happening to better people. So they deserve everything they're getting, and I hope. I don't know. At this point, I'm pretty sure I'm going to see them on Saturday Night Live pretty soon.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like one of those things where I watch them on the social media, and I'm like, all right, pretty soon.
Well, you did see them, right? They just recently appeared on
I saw them a lot when we were on tour with them.
Well, right. But they just were on TV, I mean. They were just recently on TV.
Oh, yeah. They were on the fucking Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone?
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
It was like...
And spooky and scary.
Yeah. That's the thing about the Twilight Zone. It's like... They got Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It was like a similar kind of show. But if you ever watched Twilight Zone, it was more of a mind fuck than Close Encounters was.
Close Encounters was a movie.
No, they did a TV show too. No, what you? No. Wait, yeah. What am I thinking of?
I have no idea.
Oh shit! Am I totally wrong on this?
You're pretty wrong, I think.
What the fuck am I thinking of? There's another one.
It's okay. Maybe like the
one where they're like, we're taking control of your TV set and blah, 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 blah.
The Outer Limits.
The Outer Limits. That's the one.
That's the one.
Yeah, basically the same thing.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, aliens and shit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, but you know, the Outer Limits was more like a like in your face creepy, almost like Freddy Krueger or some shit. Not quite like that, but
see, you know, now I'm wondering if you're talking about Tales from the Crypt.
Oh no, that was real good too.
It was real good. Remember that crazy guy?
Yeah.
You're like,
yeah, exactly. He had a real good laugh.
He did,
like
right?
some crazy old.
But he needed some like.
I see some people who actually look like that. I believe that's what methamphetamine leads to. You know, it's a real good drug.
Super true.
You could be the Crypt Creeper.
Super true.
The Crypt Creeper.
So, talk about like, obviously it's the third album, so you guys have been at this for a little bit. You guys have been touring around. The next tour will take place across Europe.
That's right.
What do you think about Europe?
Europe is amazing, you know? Like, it's no secret these days. I've been living over here.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, you formally and officially live here now, right?
That's
in Germany.
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, part of that is the crime is real easy over here because it's like, they're real lenient on everything. It's like, it's weird in Germany because they're like, you think about a typical German person and, or at least a stereotypical German person. And, you know, it's like, I don't know. What does that mean? It's like, I've seen two of them. So they're stereo. And that's just what I think of them now. Yeah, I think that's what that means. But you think of them as being kind of uptight and like they got their rules and you better stick by the rules or you're gonna fucking regret it. But it's kind of like they're also like, oh yeah, we know we got real strict rules, so we're gonna like figure out how to work with you so that you can like not go to jail. And I'm all about that. You know?
You find it to be much more of like a learning experience type situation. Than...
Oh yeah. There's not as many liquor stores to knock off over here, but you know, like whatever. You stuff is also real cheap, at least here in Leipzig. I think there's other parts of Germany that's not so that way. But,
yeah, sure.
You know, it's a good life over here. You know, I think you know, especially with what's going on in America with all the politics and stuff. You fucking
we probably better avoid and steer wide clear of all of that, right?
Oh yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm probably
it's just
not
depressing.
A very uncouth thing.
Oh,
well, that's cool, man. Well, so what can you tell me about the tour that's coming up? Obviously,
you're coming on it.
I am, and this is
gotta make that clear.
This is the catalyst moment that brought you to the show.
Basically,
and why you're here and why.
I mean, we've been talking about doing for a while because you've been helping me without my.
Right.
Those weren't words. You've been helping me out with my podcast, at least giving me some tips.
Yeah,
I still
doing
managed
some
to fuck
creative
up the
stuff
last
together.
episode that I was trying to do with Chris Cresswell from the Flatliners.
Oh, right. Yeah,
I talked about that on the most recent episode.
I saw you there at that
Oh,
show. I was
yeah.
there with Jake and some other friends, and
Yeah.
we saw you there with Chris.
That's right.
And I just assumed that you were there to do some podcasting stuff, but that didn't work out.
No, it worked out great. It was a great podcast, and I put it on my phone, and I had it on my SD card, and then I did something stupid, and it's gone now forever.
Oh shit, man! I'm sorry to hear that. You got to be careful about backing stuff up.
I know. When it comes to technology, I'm no, I don't know what's his name, guy in a wheelchair.
Stephen Hawking?
Yeah, he's real good with technology, right?
Yeah. Okay, that was out there.
Or Bill Apple, whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Bill Gates. What?
Bill
Yeah.
Applegate?
Yeah.
Christina-
Bill Applegate. Oh, Christina Applegate.
She was real pretty, right?
She was, and she still is.
Is she? I haven't seen her in a
She's
long
a little
time.
older now.
I
but-
remember her from Married with Children. What do you
Oh
remember?
yeah, she was real pretty on that.
She was like the cute daughter.
Also on Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. That was a good
shit,
movie.
that's right. That was her, wasn't
Mhm.
it? Oh
yeah,
my God.
hell yeah, that was
Remember
her.
Thor in that movie? Like Thor was the
No. That was Adventures in Babysitting.
Oh,
Also a great movie.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the Intruder Green podcast. By now you probably heard about our sponsor, Stupid Rad Merch Company. And if you haven't, then listen up, because I gotta tell you, Stupid Rad Merch Company is a great web store with a bunch of your favorite bands at stupidradmerch.com. And if you're in a band and need some work done, they can get you totally covered for a modest price and super quick turnaround time. But don't just take it from me. Here's what the ladies from Bad Cop had to say about it.
Comes up with great ideas. It's always pushing, always moving. And Simeon is delightful to work with. He's very responsive and professional, and
It's the quality of the shirts. I like.
high quality.
Very well done. Very well done on the ink.
It
really
feels
does.
like a family again.
Yeah.
It feels like it's a place where you can trust what's happening.
And don't forget to use the code PRISON at checkout and get a 15% discount on all Stupid Rad branded apparel. That's PRISON, I think. I don't really know how to spell, but those are the letters they told me to say. StupidRadMerch.com.
StupidRadMerch.com.
So we're talking about the tour. We gotta get through this.
Yes.
Right? This is gonna be like the main theme of this episode, I think. Right?
So yeah.
We got to let the people know what's going on.
So, for listeners, just to close the gap, the reason that brings Green into the studio tonight and why we have become so close together is because recently Masked Intruder has hired me to be the official photographer and videographer for their European tour. So I will literally be going out and taking a shot at Masked Intruder.
We're going to do shots every night.
We're going to do multiple shots every night in the camera sense. And I'm super excited about it, but I will admit I've been crazy busy and running around doing lots of things. So I honestly don't have much in the way of information about what the tour actually entails.
Oh yeah, me
so
neither.
Like what's going on? How many shows? Where are we going?
I think, I know a little bit more about that. I think it's about 21 shows total.
21.
Yeah.
Wow.
Over like 4 weeks. So, we used to go pretty hard back when Masked Intruders first started. We would like never take a fucking day off on tour, and we would go on like 6-week tours.
Woof.
Yeah, and it got brutal. I think we did one. Oh yeah, you're gonna give me that. I honestly think, what was it, like the Red Scare tour or something, where we did
New Red Scare? You went on tour with New Red Square?
No. Red Scare. Red Scare, what do they call it? Red Scare Media or Red Scare Industries? Red Scare Industries is like the record label out of Chicago that Toby Jeg runs, and he was the first guy to like basically sign us and give us a start. And he used to work for Fat, and then eventually through him we got signed to Fat, and now we're on Pure Noise, and it's like we're just like corporate dudes climbing the ladder. Although I feel like, we're still in the same spot.
Not sure which direction that ladder's headed.
Exactly. It's like, I feel like we're climbing up, but maybe the ladder is like
Curved?
It's like curved. We're going back down. Now I feel all this weight and it's pulling me down. Sounds like an Off With a Head song.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ryan. All right. New album is awesome, by the way. Yeah.
So where does the tour kick off? When does it kick off? And where are we headed?
Well, it kicks off pretty near here at Back to the Future Festival in Glaubitz. I think that's the name of the fucking city.
I think you're right.
I can't believe how clear I am on that. You can tell that I've been helping out with a lot of the booking because normally I would have no fucking clue.
Yeah.
And I remembered the name of that weird sounding city name. But yeah, there's a few festivals on this one. Like, I think it almost might be like half and half festivals and like headlining shows. But we're gonna go all over the place.
The tour goes to London.
Yeah, it goes to a few places in the UK. London's one of them.
Paris.
France? Yeah, we get to play. We played that the Petite Bonne or whatever it's called. It's a boat.
It's a boat.
Yeah, you ever play a boat in Paris? I know that you got. Your own, music career too.
I've never played a boat in Paris. That sounds
pretty
crazy.
cool. I mean, like boats are cool because you get out on the water and then you're just like maritime rules. Like nobody cares. What
there's no crime out there, right?
That's right, technically, which is kind of weird because it's like, stealing stuff ain't nearly as cool if it's not illegal.
Oh, is that what's up?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But at the same time, it's like you still get what you want for free. So it's still cool.
Yeah, it's like a win-win.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
And then probably the high point, maybe the peak of the show is then the Slovenia.
Oh, yeah, Slovenia. And we played Slovenia before, but it was not during this festival.
The punk rock holiday.
Punk rock holiday.
The punk rock holiday.
Yeah. And we've heard so much about this festival that I can't believe we're finally playing it. And we've had so many friends tell us, like, oh, it's the best. And, people say that about other festivals too. But I believe it because I've seen these pictures. And apparently there's some kind of lake that I'm definitely going to be in at some point. So, yeah, really looking forward to that one. And looking forward to seeing all of our friends from Europe and the road, like, just all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, it sounds like the tour is going to be a great time. How can people find out all the information about the tour? And then we'll take this shot and then we'll move on to a little bit different topic of conversation. Well, how about that?
Oh, yeah. Well, you could probably go on to massintruderband.com. That's a website, and it's got all the tour info on there. Or Pure Noise Records, they got it there too. You just got to look up massintruder.com. And yeah, that's probably the best way to do it, actually.
All right, great. So check out maskedintruderband.com to find out tour dates. Let's do the shot, and then I want to find out what you've been up to in the time in between tours, because you have been off for a little while, but you have not been lazy. So let's do a shot.
That's right.
And talk about what you've been up to.
All right.
Cheers, man. Another one of these spicy chili honey shots.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's so delicious. Man. I hope they come around again, because that stuff I would buy more of that.
It's kind of like a Fireball, but not shitty tasting.
Nah, it's not like that, because Fireball doesn't burn. Fireball burns in a different way.
Definitely, because there's no cinnamon.
This actually tastes like pepper.
Yeah, it does. It tastes like a Calabrian chili or like a Thai chili in honey. Wow.
Which is just not what you expect from something from Germany.
Yeah, that is wild.
It's good ass.
So you had this killer support tour with the Interrupters.
With the Interrupters, that's right.
And then you came off, and it's been a few months that you've had downtime. But I know that you've been very, very busy. Partly because I've been helping you to create the Intruder Green podcast.
That's right. That's the main thing I've been working on is Intruder Green. I like to put myself out there for the people, because I think it's real important in this day and age to have a presence on the social medias and do the things for the people when they like to see you. And you say like, hey, look at me, I'm Intruder Green. And then they're like, oh, yeah, that's Intruder Green. And yeah. And I'm like, all right, now give me some money on my Patreon. And some of them do. Most of them don't, but it's okay. I can't expect everybody to. What you need?
I was
You
looking
look
for a
like you
bottle
need
opener.
something.
I was
Oh.
looking for a bottle opener. I was actually looking for my keys. Normally they'd be hanging from my belt.
There's a lighter right
Yeah,
there.
pass that my way. So tell me about the Intruder Green podcast. I've listened to a couple episodes, but maybe people who haven't listened, like what are you up to on the cast? What are you trying to accomplish? What are you doing with people?
I found this phone and I realized I could make recordings with it, and I've been doing that. And it's weird because I got a lot of friends that I think would be really cool to interview and stuff, but not all of them are always available. And I'm sure you know how that goes with doing this podcast. You got to figure out good timing and just everything involved. It's actually a lot of work. I thought it would be like super easy and be like, hey, everybody, like I listen to podcasts sometimes. Like I know Kyle Kinane's got his own podcast and I like to listen to him and like all sorts of stuff. But everybody on there is always like, oh yeah, get on my Patreon and give me some money. And I'm funding my whole life with this podcast. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. I could do that. And then, it's like, no, you probably can't do that. It'll be a lot of work, but you can't necessarily make any money from it. You might make a little, but, it's like anything that when you work real hard for it, most likely it's still not going to pay off. That's the life lesson.
Oh no. Have you found that to be true? That sounds actually really sad, man.
Oh yeah, but that's why you just rob stuff.
I see.
Rob people allegedly.
See. I mean, when you put it that way, it actually becomes more clear and makes a little bit more sense.
I mean, ultimately, I would like to just do fun stuff because crime's a lot of fun, but I get it that like it's illegal and, sometimes
it's risky,
but,
right?
Well, there's a conundrum there because it's like it's risky, but that's the hard part. It's like it's cool because it's illegal. And sometimes you end up like Yellow and you fucking miss a tour because you fucking robbed a liquor store and passed out drinking booze in the liquor store, and then the cops find you and they're like, hey.
Oh shit. Yeah, I mean that's pretty unprofessional.
That's just fucking up, like you fuck up in any job, you're gonna get fired. So like I guess Yellow's fired from robbing liquor stores for the time being.
That would probably be a good result from that.
I hope he can get back on his feet and revamp his career eventually. But right now, he's kind of washed up when it comes to that stuff.
I see.
But yeah, it's real fun doing this podcast because it gives me a chance to just have conversations with people. Most of them are people I'm friends with. And then I'm kind of trying to branch out to people that I don't know so well. And
who are some people who have been on your podcast recently?
We just talked about Chris Cresswell. He's not been on the podcast, even though we did have a nice talk. Who was it before that? Araneva is this chick who does dance videos. She apparently she's kind of what's the word? When you're inspiring to me, because I like to dance around. People know that.
Okay.
And she does dance videos on Instagram and has a whole Patreon campaign and makes a good amount of money doing that stuff. And it's not like she's not like stripping or something.
So
wait,
she's inspiring you because she's making money from her dancing, or she's inspiring you because you're learning dancing from her?
Oh, a little bit of both, I would say.
Okay.
I think her making money from dancing is inspiring me, and then her teaching me dancing is expiring me because I'm starting to realize how bad of a dancer I am compared to her. But anyway, I know her. Who else? Who else did I have? It's so hard to think of right now. I can only think about the most recent person. Walt Hamburger. He's the most recent one. Oh, I had Bad Cop on as well recently.
Yeah, Bad Cop visited us on the show as well.
Yeah, you were at that show. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. We crossed the lines there. That's correct.
That's right.
Well, that's really cool, man. And what's do you hope to continue the podcast? You want it to be a growing thing?
Yeah, absolutely. And I need to have you on there. I don't know if we'll get.
I would happily come on your podcast anytime.
Yeah,
I'm actually flattered that you would ask.
Yeah, of course. And I guess the main thing for me is I don't just want to have band dudes or like not just dudes but chicks too. And just talk about
chicks can be dudes.
Yeah, right. I
think dude is like a non-gender specific
for
term.
some people it is, and for some people it isn't.
Point,
I don't know what I want to please everybody, so I don't know how to like talk properly anymore.
I see. I understand. Yeah, it's a tricky world.
That's right. It's very tricky. It's difficult as hell. But I want to have I do want to have some band people on there, but I don't want it to just be that, because like some people have these podcasts and they're just interviewing people that are like on their level, and they're just like talking to the band people, and it's just like, oh, how was tour? Oh, tour was good. Oh yeah, do you remember when we did this thing? Oh yeah, it's so cool that we're cool. Oh yeah, we're so cool. But there's a lot of cool people that like work behind the scenes and stuff like that too, and I really like getting to know them better, because oftentimes I find them to be the like funnest people. Like the first 2 podcast episodes, I had Avery Chase and Bambi Guthrie, and they're both like sort of more behind the scenes people. They're not in bands. Avery Chase helps book the fest, and she does a whole lot of like
that's Gainesville, Florida, the fest.
Yeah, the fest. That's what we call it. In the punk rock world, it's just known as the fest. But yeah, it's in Gainesville, Florida, at the end of every October. And it's a lot of fun. One of the best festivals you could possibly play. So please try to play it, and please go there if you're not playing. And then, she books that, or she helps book that. Tony Weinbender is the main dude behind it, but she's also involved with a lot of other like booking stuff. Like that's just her fucking life now. And she's real good at it, but she's also fucking hilarious. And that was like why I really wanted to get to know her better. And then Bambi's great. She's a really good photographer. She's done a bunch of photo shoots with us and stuff. And I thought she was really funny too. Like, we hang out, you get to know people, and you think, hey, you're funny. I want to put a microphone in front of your face and hear you talk in it. And I'm going to talk to it too. And then you do that, and it turns out great.
Yeah. That's kind of what podcasts boil down to. Is
right?
Putting mics into people's faces and hoping they're funny.
That's right.
Why don't we take another shot, and then
right.
Green, would you like to play a game? Like, we often play a couple games on our show.
I love playing games. I play games on my show too, but
yeah,
I'm interested to see what kind of games you play.
Well, we have a game called Roll 20, which I think you'll really enjoy, and I would like to
Roll 20.
Yeah, it's
Are we gonna smoke 20 joints right now?
No, we are not gonna smoke 20 joints.
Good.
Instead, let's do this shot.
Nothing wrong with that, but I just don't think that would go well for me.
So we'll do our another shot here, and I'm also, as I pass you this glass, I'm going to pass you this 20-sided die.
Oh, snap a lap.
Yeah, that's some
We're going to slay some dragons?
No, maybe later if you want to. We can totally do that.
Right.
But I'm going to have you give that guy a roll. So what we have here is I have a list of topics.
Oh.
And you're going to randomly pick a number by rolling this 20-sided die, and it's going to correlate to a topic that we have previously built.
That sounds amazing.
And then I would like to hear your take on that random topic.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so go ahead and give that dice a roll.
All right. What do we got? We got number 8.
Number 8. Okay, so raise your glass.
Ocho.
I would like
Cinco.
for you on number... Oh, boy. Here we go. I would like you on number 8 to take a shot at explaining to me why Germans don't like opening windows.
Oh, shit.
Cheers.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
It burns so good.
It burns so good. You're right. So it's a stereotype that has been fed to me a couple times more than once.
Yeah, really.
And it's cross environmental, because I've heard about it in houses.
Yeah.
To where like you can open your window up sometimes, but you definitely don't like leave your windows open, and you don't like sleep with your windows open.
Right.
And then sometimes like riding in cars, you don't roll the windows down.
Yeah. And
So
it's pretty weird.
So you've experienced this before? Then.
Oh, I've definitely experienced this. I've experienced it on the train and stuff. And at first I thought it was like, maybe they had something against me. I guess that's always my first thought because I'm like, oh yeah, they probably saw the mask and they're like, we got to do something about this guy. And I just take it. I just moved to a different train car. But then they're doing the same thing in there. And I'm like,
do you think they're trying to sweat you out?
It could be a thing like that. I don't know. But the more I've heard about it too from other people. So I think maybe it's actually just a thing.
All right. So
maybe they're not trying to be mean. That's one thing I noticed is that Germans are actually incredibly nice. But yeah. So maybe they're not trying to sweat me out. Maybe they're just accepting me for who I am, which is a criminal, allegedly. But yeah, when it comes to that stuff, it's so weird because to me, I'm like, hey, I know I'm wearing a ski mask, but I feel like it would be hot in here even if I wasn't. And that stagnant air, it's like, I don't know. We've been traveling in this car for like over an hour. People probably want to fart and stuff. They're definitely sweaty. So why don't you crack the fucking window? And like, I try to bring it up and people are just like, oh, no, we don't do that or whatever. How they say it in German.
Is that how they explain it? Is like, we just don't do that? Or do you have any more insight into why?
I don't know. I think I was trying to like read up on it, although I'm not so good at reading, but you know, they got like audiobooks and stuff. So let's go with that. And I think that people apparently are like afraid of drafts here. And I don't even know that it's just a German thing. I think it might be like multiple I don't know, people all over the place.
That's curious, the afraid of drafts thing, because I've had people explain to me that like there's a big deal with like house shoes, right? Like you don't wear your
That's true. That's also a thing.
You don't wear your outside shoes inside, right? You take them off at the door.
Right.
But you put on inside shoes because you can't really walk around. You shouldn't really walk around bare feet.
Yeah.
And I've been told that like cold feet it's just like a death sentence. Like if your feet get cold, like
I mean, cold feet, that's what you get when you don't want to get married, right? So
right.
Like, that sounds like a good thing.
Yeah, well, maybe. I mean, depending on your opinions on marriage, but
right.
This like people would say like, oh, I woke up and I got out of my bed and I walked to the bathroom and I didn't have socks on and my feet got cold. So now I'm like actually have to call in work sick because I got cold feet.
That's weird. I don't understand that. I would not call in sick to work if I had cold feet. Then again, I've never had a real job, so I can't necessarily say that that's completely true. But, you know, it just seems like a stupid excuse. Although it might be a really good excuse if you can get away with it. I think it's actually
a really good excuse, and I think they actually do really get away with it because I also think that it's super easy to not go to work for ailment reasons here in Germany versus in the United States.
And they're also very serious here. So maybe they're just like, oh, yeah, it's just a thing we do when you don't want to go to work, but you don't want to lie about it. It's like, you know, like if you want to get out of work in the States, you just tell them you got diarrhea. But nobody wants to say that.
Right.
Like nobody wants to be like, oh, I'm peeing poop out of my butt and I can't come to work right now. Sorry, boss. Because that's embarrassing. Like, even if it's not true, you know,
right? And that's enough for your boss to be like, "Yep, okay, heard enough." Like, click, hanging up
exactly.
on you. You're good.
It's like the ultimate excuse, though. But for them, it's like, no, we don't go that far. We're just like, I got cold feet, aka maybe I got diarrhea, maybe I don't. Yeah,
profound. Kane.
I think that's what it is.
That's really profound.
It's like, you know, they're just more polite about it. Ultimately, it's all about diarrhea.
So, but I'm really curious. We're gonna go riding around in this van. Do you think that we're gonna be able to convince the locals that we can drive around with the windows down, or are we just gonna suffocate inside this van on tour?
That doesn't matter. It's not gonna be no locals. It's just the band. It's gonna be a bunch of intruders and our tour manager Tom and you. So I think we got a good crew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it should be a ton of fun. I hope I don't get arrested along the way.
We'll see about that.
Aiding and abetting criminal masterminds.
Allegedly.
So hit them with all the good plug stuff. I know you did a little bit before, but the tour is coming up. People can find about it where?
Yeah, if you want to find out about the tour, you could go to there's a one-stop shop if you really want it, and that's intrudergreen.com. Hit me up there, and you can get on the band page there. You can get on my Patreon there. You can get on also what else do I got there? Oh yeah, look up my actual podcast, which we're gonna have Matthew on real soon.
Yeah, I'm super excited to come and be on the Intruder Green podcast. Check that out anywhere you can find podcasts. Obviously,
this is cross promotion.
Yeah,
you hear that, people?
Yeah, it's
cheating. Amazing.
See, you let the cat out of the bag, man.
No, that's the way it works.
I thought the whole thing with you was you were supposed
educational.
to be discreet and low key, man.
Yeah, about crime. This isn't illegal.
Well, as far as you know.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Why don't we take a shot at wrapping up? Green, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you. It's been
Cheers,
a pleasure.
Man. Was there anything you wanted to add before we wrap up?
Legalize crime. Just that's about it. Oh, go buy the new album, Masked Intruder 3.
Masked Intruder 3, available now everywhere records are sold.
Yeah.
Cheers, my friend, to this hot chili honey. Oh, God, it's so good.
It's delicious.
And, I will just...
Probably not going to make me feel too good tomorrow.
Oh, shoot.
We'll see.
Whew. I will just remind all of you that the I'll Take a Shot at That podcast can be found on social media at Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, all.com/shotathat. Or tag us with @ShotAtThat. You can also find us on Patreon, patreon.com/ShotAtThat, where you can become a patron to support the show for as little as $1 a month. We appreciate anyone and everyone's support. And if you are looking for more information, more shows, contacts, links, anything like that, emails, you can reach us at shotathat.com, where we live and reside. Once again, thank you, Intruder Green.
Oh, yeah.
Of Masked Intruder for being on the show. Cheers, buddy.
Yeah.
And we will see you all next time.